Should governments protect failing industries? Hi everyone. Today I'd like to discuss an important issue in industrial economics and public policy. Should governments protect industries that are no longer competitive? Economic change is inevitable. Technological innovation, globalization, and shifting consumer preferences constantly reshape markets. Some industries expand rapidly, while others gradually decline. This process, which the economist Joseph Schumpeter described as creative destruction, is considered an essential feature of a dynamic market economy. According to this theory, outdated firms exit the market, allowing more productive businesses to emerge. Supporters of this view argue that governments should not interfere with this natural process. If uncompetitive firms continue receiving subsidies or financial assistance, resources such as labor and capital remain trapped in low productivity sectors. As a result, economic efficiency declines. Moreover, repeated government bailouts may create moral hazard. If companies expect to be rescued whenever they face financial difficulties, managers may engage in excessive risk-taking or postpone necessary reforms. From this perspective, market discipline encourages innovation and responsible management. However, critics argue that allowing industries to collapse can produce severe social consequences. When a major industry disappears, entire communities may lose their primary source of employment. Workers often possess highly specialized skills that are difficult to transfer to other sectors. Long-term unemployment may increase poverty, reduce tax revenues, and weaken regional economies. The market may eventually recover, but the transition can impose enormous costs on ordinary citizens. Another argument concerns strategic industries. Certain sectors, such as semiconductor manufacturing, energy production, pharmaceuticals, and defense industries, may possess strategic importance that extends beyond ordinary market considerations. Excessive dependence on foreign suppliers can create vulnerabilities during geopolitical conflicts or global supply chain disruptions. In such cases, governments may choose to support domestic industries not because they are the most efficient, but because they contribute to national security and economic resilience. Nevertheless, government intervention also presents risks. Politicians may provide subsidies for political rather than economic reasons. Resources may be allocated inefficiently, and firms with strong political connections may receive preferential treatment. Once subsidies are introduced, they often become difficult to remove because industries develop strong incentives to lobby for continued government support. In my opinion, governments should generally allow markets to allocate resources efficiently. However, limited intervention may be justified when market outcomes generate substantial social costs or threaten long-term national interests. Rather than permanently protecting declining industries, governments should focus on facilitating economic transition through worker retraining, education, and investment in emerging industries. Public policy should support people more than specific firms. Ultimately, economic progress inevitably creates both winners and losers. The role of government is not to prevent change but to ensure that societies adapt to change without leaving large segments of the population behind. So here's my question for you. Should governments rescue declining industries to protect jobs and national interests, or should they allow market competition to determine which industries survive. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for listening. See you next time.